you. You know, they won't fight us. If them they run, them no fit catch up. I know they from say I too right. On the from say you do like us. You know get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Come my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, oh yeah, what you want to be. Cooking on my fantasy. You want to check if my dad be no rush. But it is rush where it be boys. Now they make my copy the rush. The kind money we touch. Yeah, it is rush where it be much. No be hype, everybody they cross. There's no door in the door. Jefuni Jakarta and the Kogana. You never thought you did from Papa. Which kind of money you never see before? Cause hello me, come me feeling that me one a day. I never take my cake away. You can't count my grade. I just day my lane. Ain't no get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Come on, my love, my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, on my hair, what you want, telling me. Cooking down my fantasy. You want to check if my dad be no wrong. If it rush right when it be much. Now they make my copy the rush. You can't money me touch. Yeah, it rush where when it be much. We'll be hype, everybody they cross. There's no door in the doors. It rush where when it be much. Now they make my time in the rush. The kind money we touch. It rush where when it be much. We'll be hype, everybody they cross. There's no door in the doors.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us this morning. It's your lovely host, Iwerton, here on the Vibe Show with Shimani. It was a beautiful, beautiful morning talking about what's been happening here in Nairobi and also all over the world. And today, on the second session on the Vibe Show on Black Hot Fire Radio, we have a beautiful guest. Her name, she's going to introduce herself. But before that, kindly follow us on all the social media and also on StreamYard. That's www.blackhotfireradio.com. And also, you can also join us or download our app on Google Store. And I want to tell you, it's a great time to be alive. You are the change that you need to see in the world. Don't forget to just follow us and also join in live on TikTok and also share the live. This is going to be a very good conversation because our guest here will be talking about her opinion in regards to the 4B movement, just a little bit of that, and also what she does and what's her vision in whatever she's doing, and basically just empowering this generation.
Amazing.
Yeah, so guys, we'll have our beautiful guests here on our show to basically introduce herself here. I'm I'm good. How are you doing? Hey. Right. You good? Can you hear me? Okay. Right. Okay, go ahead again. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yes, I know. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for like just allowing to come in. I know. Why not? This is the time to really talk about it. And the fact that I told you about the homophobic movement, and you're like, I basically don't agree with it because a lot of African girls here are kind of like vowing to that, and which basically doesn't make sense to me, you know? Hmm. Yeah. Mhm. Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 Right. It's so true. With Right. I feel we're going to talk about maybe how it basically originated, and also your take in regards to what people should not, why you should basically not follow this, and why the toxic feminism agenda is really growing. We have our beautiful host here, my co-host actually here, Shimani. She's going to be also ask some questions.
Hi, hi, hi. How you doing? How are you? Nice to see you. I'm fine, thank you. Nice to see you. Amazing. So let me ask you a question. Why do you think? Why do you think? It is. Why are you against it first and foremost? Apart from coming from like an original family, traditional family, and all that, and I am like a believer of definitely
Mm,
uh wife and woman type of marriage, and that is just what we know, and that is what we know is right and what has been taught in the African society. But why would you like really object it from that? What is the main reason as to why you're saying no, I don't actually agree with this phobia
well,
type of movement?
yeah. Mm, right. Mm, mm. Yes. Right. Mhm. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
No.
No. Right. Right. Yeah. 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 Right. You've said everything like right on point, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like the women empowerment has changed to be like, I'm an independent woman. I don't want to I can do all things. I don't need a man. Yes.
We just talked about a
I
person.
don't, yeah, but that's a lot. Yeah, me too. Obviously, we were talking about this last Friday on my show,
Yeah.
redefining the Philippine movement. Yeah, I'm like, of course, I want to be strong, but not all the time
Yeah.
because I don't want to do everything that men do. They a lot of work, you know.
Imagine going to a sewage and
Yeah,
pushing
like the
that shit.
sewers and the construction. It's so
Plumbering.
amazing that women, when they say like the one equality, they don't say they want equality in such situations like construction, like the going to the sewer. Yeah, it's so true. Are you okay? And do you feel like just go ahead? Like, yeah, sure. In Canada, is it the same way like it is also here in regards to women just trying to get their own bag and they don't associate with women like as the folk movement really spread in Canada like that? Wow. Mm, no. Mm, yeah. Yeah. But maybe 5 years, 2 years from now or three, they'll be like, I think I made the wrong decision, right?
But let me ask you guys from a woman's perspective,
Yeah.
and why? Because what is the root cause? Let's find out first and foremost the root cause of this. Where did this come from? Where did me wanting to be independent? And I don't say being independent is bad.
Hmm.
And I'm of course I'm saying I can be a boss babe. I just
Right.
talked about that few minutes before she actually named it.
Yeah.
And saying boss babe doesn't mean that I'm gonna be alone or I don't want to be a man. And I feel like and I say this femininity or being a feminist has been changed to actually opposing men, and that is not why it was actually brought. Feminism was brought in, or being a feminist was brought in for women to have a space where they can actually speak or talk their talk, for women to have a space where they can be heard,
Hmm.
for women to have just that space where their opinions can be listened to. It was not brought in for women to actually say, no, I don't want men. Oh, I don't want to be a mom. Oh, I don't, because first and foremost, this is killing the generation. This is killing our generation, because if we don't have kids, we see what is happening right now in Korea,
Hmm.
where they're being offered millions and millions of money to actually, give birth. And it is just so crazy, because if we talk about, oh, this is happening, let us also find out why and how it started. I believe it started because, and I want you guys to agree or disagree. Do you believe women were put in a space where, or rather, the society put us in a space where we didn't even want to see this? Because when I look at now, first and foremost, marriages,
Yeah.
I see broken marriages each and every time.
Hmm.
I don't say they are not good marriages. There are good marriages.
Hmm.
I've seen people who have been there for 50, 60 years and they're still doing good. But the problem is, have we been put into a space where marriages are actually falling apart? Nobody wants to commit anymore, even from the male perspective, even from a woman perspective. And right now, you're saying, what is the essence of getting married and having kids if I
Right.
know I'm going to raise these kids alone? If I know I'm not going to have a supportive partner, if I know at the end of the day, we're just going to break up and divorce. So I believe also the society has just put or been brought into a way where we've seen marriages not working,
Okay.
and we've also seen first and foremost, men who cheat who are in marriages every time. And I've experienced this from a woman's perspective, where a man is lying to you. Hi, can you, only for you to find out later in the month is married and he never mentioned, and that is very, very common in Africa, in
Okay.
Kenya to be precise. So when we see all these type of things, do you believe like this is also a root cause of
Right.
why women are stuck into, oh, I don't want men, oh, I don't want kids? Oh, what is your thought about it? As we start with our guest. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. Yes. So true. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm, so true. So true. Does it answer your question?
Yeah,
But it's true.
it's
Like
really true.
women have they've basically had to step up in regards to like maybe the relationship that they've had, and the men are not stepping up. So they have to be
Exactly.
strong. They have
Yeah.
to be to do all the work.
Yeah.
In regards to you're supposed to be like a feminine woman, right? But
Exactly.
because the man is not there, or you're not finding that in your current environment, you have to do everything.
Everything.
And as Emily has said right now, like men are not attracted, masculine men are not attracted to that.
Yeah.
And the fact that maybe they do not really go down to the root of it becomes a problem. And we are all standing in different grounds with different opinion in regards to what's right and what's wrong.
But also it leaves us into a dilemma where, of course, we've had this conversation in the Black Kings frequency where you ask men like, what are you looking for in a woman? Like, and I've asked this a lot of times on the streets when I had the word of the streets, like, who do you prefer? Do you prefer a woman who's just a woman?
Mhm.
Like, let me just be a housewife and let me
Right.
just take care of the family.
Yeah.
Let me do my roles. If I am supposed to do that, I'm gonna do it 100%. Or do you want a woman who actually has something and says, hey, this is what I'm bringing to the table? And with the question of what do you bring to the table has actually been brought out in a lot of relationships where now you ask all the time, what do you bring to the table?
A
And
lot.
yeah, and
Babies.
yes, and they come up like, okay, when you say, oh, I'm taking care of the family, I'm doing that, they say, what else? So they're expecting also you to have like
Yeah.
financially, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying like, yes, I
Mm.
can key in financially,
Yeah.
thank you,
Yeah.
I will do that if I want to.
Mm.
But I'm not you don't expect me to do that 100. That is your role as a husband to
Mm.
provide,
Yeah.
and that's on period. But when it comes to a point where what do you bring to the table
Yeah.
comes in, and people are actually doing this back and forth, I feel like it's also like a real big problem.
Mm.
And we've also, society is bringing up like this conversation of, hey, a woman is supposed to do this, and
Mm.
as a woman, and men also who don't know what they want, because some are saying first and foremost, I want my wife to actually be home. And I've had this from Nigerian men. I've asked I had a
Right.
Nigerian conversation, and I've
Okay.
asked, okay, so why is it that we don't see your women
Mhm.
in Kenya as much?
Yeah.
We
so
only
true.
see your men.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening? Don't And then we see them on social media. Like, are there no Nigerian women just traveling or doing whatever you guys are doing?
Mm.
They say we like to treat our women as pets. We like just to pamper them, let them relax,
Okay.
and let them take care of the family.
Right.
And I asked her, what if she wants to work? And this guy
Yeah.
actually has the audacity to tell me, I'm gonna open for her business, but that business is not hers. So the narcissism comes in. It's a
Mm.
family business. Of course, he actually owns it. So it's
Yeah.
just her going there to keep herself busy. But I
Right.
want my woman at home.
Mm.
Period. No work, no nothing. And we have men who actually say, no, I want a 50-50, or if not a 50,
That
I
is.
want a woman who actually helps me financially.
Are you
And I'm like,
serious? You're
are you?
saying that?
Yes, have you
No,
never
yeah,
had
I
these
have. I'm just like
conversations?
trying. It's like very rhetorical. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just so crazy because they don't know. One
Mm.
wants somebody to actually be a full-time woman, one wants a
50,
woman who
50.
is like 50-50. So I'm like, what do you guys want?
Yeah.
Literally, you
Yeah.
don't have a stand.
Yeah.
If I come out too strong, oh, she's like masculine. Oh, you can't talk to me like that, I'm the man of the house. Oh, so it's like, what do they really want? And I believe, like, when they don't know what they want, we've been
Mm.
forced also as women to actually be doing all that.
Yeah.
And it actually comes into our mind so much, because
Yeah.
I've struggled to actually be where I'm at, and I'm
Mm.
not gonna look at you. And I feel like if I have actually made it to where I'm at,
Yeah.
I want a man who is on top. Okay.
Because women date higher.
Ah, yeah,
Obviously.
right.
Yeah.
Hypergamy.
Yeah.
And the question comes in there. But again, he might not actually be where he is at that time,
Yeah.
right? And he has the goal.
Yeah.
Are you gonna actually be in a position where you're like, okay, I get paid much, and he's actually getting paid, a little lower? Am I
Mhm.
gonna be with this type? And you're forgetting about his masculinity. You're
Mhm.
forgetting about needing him, and you're like, I'm
Mm.
only focusing on the bag. Period.
Right.
It's just so crazy. I don't know what is your thought about that from the women's perspective, but that is also what I feel from
Yeah.
the root cause and where all this is coming from, because
Right.
this just didn't come from anywhere. We can't say on why are women pushing the phobia movement, because women have not been all that. We've not been brought up like this. We've been
Yeah.
brought to be, and I say women are flowers.
Yeah.
We've been
Flowers.
brought to be like soft, take care of the family,
We're naturals.
natural,
Naturally.
exactly. And we've not been brought to be, I don't want to work, I want to work, but I don't want to work as a man.
Yeah.
I want to
As
feel like,
Emily said.
exactly, I want to
Yeah.
feel like I'm a woman. I still feel like a girl. I'm not supposed to be pushing heavy loads. Come on, I'm not supposed to
Right.
be doing plumber work, taking the trash out. I
Taking the
don't,
trash out.
yeah, I don't want to.
So-
Exactly. So do you guys agree that, of course, also men are pushing us to a fact where they don't know what they want?
Some men.
Some they don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
50, I want.
Mhm. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a full-time
Housewives,
housewives because
yeah.
it's not easy.
It's not.
It's not easy, and I feel like that's how even the root from our roots of like Africa and even like all over the world,
Yeah.
women are supposed to be like nurturers and just take care of the household as men go out there.
To look, men
Yeah.
were hunters and
It's
gatherers.
so true.
We were never like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go on a short break as we come back with Emily on the Vibe Show this morning on Black Hot Fire Radio Network. Please download our app on Google Store and also stream live on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. Follow the social medias and we'll definitely appreciate it. We have beautiful comments here before we leave. We have General Mosquito saying her name is Boss Babe or was it Babe Boss? I'm
Boss
confused.
babe.
Yeah. And then he says anything with ism at the end is never productive.
Exactly.
Then he also says women's life matter, Iraton. Yeah, Shimani, I thought we agreed on 60-40 last week.
I'm not doing 564.
Be
I'm not even doing
reasonable.
2080. I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
I'm
And
not.
also he's saying, so Kenyan women are now boss babes. Good luck to your Kenyan men.
Thank you.
Iwichan-
But boss babes, Jam Mosquito, for me, boss babes is not like I want to be strong. Boss babe is just that I want to figure out for myself. But again, if I get somebody who can figure that shit out for me, I'm staying home.
You also say, okay, boss babe, get that money. It's
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
And Iwichan, are you a boss babe? too, like she money.
I believe she's a boss babe in her own way. She has her things going on, and
Right.
yeah, and that is just for me somebody who is like
You
boss
like you
babe.
have your vision and you have a purpose
Exactly.
in life
And you have your
as a
goals
woman.
and you're
Right.
following them. That's
Alrighty.
for me is a bossy babe.
In regards to that, Emily's going to talk about her
I
fashion
love it.
line.
I
She's
love
like an
it.
amazing designer.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just amazing. I'm excited for
I love fashion.
that.
I love those who dress up. I love dressing up. I love new designs. So I'm in for a lot of
Like she
questions.
literally soars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it. I can't wait.
Alrighty, you should definitely give us like whatever music you want to listen to, Emily, or we can
Your
play it for you.
request?
Yeah, your request. Alrighty, you're gonna go. Really? Okay. So you're gonna go on a short break right now. That's Dua Lipa there with Illusion. Is it Kamau? Is it Kamau or Camus?
Kamau.
Kamau with Gurdon. I just had this song yesterday and I'm loving it. Emily, have you had that song before? Which song do you listen to? Okay. Oh yes, Kanye West. Yes, I love you so much. Yeah, yeah, right. almost right. Kanye West. She said Kanye West. I'm
I
like,
know.
yeah.
Birds of the same
Yeah,
feather.
flock too. I love some Kanye songs. I'm gonna play one for you. Yeah, graduation day, right? I'm gonna play that for you. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. It's a great time to be alive here on the Vibe Show. It's your host, the lovely Irritant and the gorgeous girl, Shimani.
Good
And we have
morning.
our beautiful guest on StreamYard, Emily Turner, giving us a bit of the disagreement on 4B movements. Yes. So, guys, kindly continue to join us here live on TikTok and also share for to a friend who can also join us here and also follow us on all the social media. Download our app on Google Store and stream online on Streamer www.blackheartfriendnetwork.com. That was Teddy Swim. Lose control.
Okay.
Do you have somebody who's making you lose control?
I lose control every time I see money. I
Don't mind
lose
her. Don't
control.
mind her, Emily.
Damn.
Yeah, but thank you for joining us, Emily, this morning. Really appreciate you for making the time to be on our show here on Black Hot Friend Network. We'll always talk about redefining identity, redefining culture, and basically being the change that you need to see in the world. We were talking about the phobia movement, and you basically told us the reasons why you don't agree with it, and basically how it's changing our society and also in this generation, and the
Mhm.
importance of us being voices and basically making a change in different maybe aspects of our purpose or vision. For example, you do fashion and design. I have a podcast. Shimani here is a beautiful radio host, and also she's an artist. She sings.
Yes, I do sing on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
And I'm
believe
working on my line, by the way. Yeah,
amazing.
Shmati. It's actually
Amazing.
out there already.
Right.
Just finding one or two
Yeah.
things to actually get an H on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go for it.
Amazing.
And I feel like we should like whatever in different sectors that we're in, that's where we should definitely make the change
Yeah.
and be the voices that we need to be in this world or society or in your community, right?
Yeah.
So Emily, tell us more about your fashion and you as a designer and the challenges and how you're basically impacting women with that line or basically in the sector that you're in. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
That's super beautiful. Let me ask you, like, how how do you define your sense of fashion?
Yeah.
How do you define your style? And what actually inspires it? Okay.
Mm. Mm. Right. Right.
Okay. That's super super amazing. So like you can say old school
Or vintage.
or vintage. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Mm.
Okay.
Right.
So do you amazing?
But it's really fun. It looks
Yeah.
really amazing when you like.
Okay. So do you like when you started? Is it like because I've seen I've not seen a line. I really want to see.
Right.
But is it like from scratch where you go get a material, or do you like remake what you already have and then you just turn it into your own stuff?
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Right.
Okay.
And basically, this is like a major question because a lot of I was coming up with a line a
Yeah.
few years ago and I was like doing fashion, but basically I was doing photo shoot before I basically understood where I'm at.
Yeah.
And I think I had a friend, shout out to Alexandra from the UK, and we did like a video of like the photo shoot, and she talked about how in Europe it's so hard to go to a store and find like a plus size attires. It was really hurting for her to see that they do not really design or make such outfit for plus size women, and she really wanted to change that because she was also into fashion.
Okay.
How do you consider that, Emily? Like, do you consider all sizes? Is it your vision to basically always put out like all sizes as you're designing these amazing outfits? Mm, mm. Right, right. Yeah, I agree with you.
I do agree, but
Mm,
why do you think so? Because I have also had and I've seen this a lot of models, and even when if it is swimwear, it is outfit, it is even on the runway. Most of you just hear, "Oh, I'm a model," but you don't see a plus size model. You don't see them being appreciated as much, and yet they actually really look good. It's right now that I'm actually seeing literally, and I don't know if it is there with you in Canada, where we actually now see plus size models going on runways and stuff like that. Why do you think it was not considered much? Is it because of the material, or is it because of body shaming? Like, what was a factor, or rather, what actually brought that into this industry?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, right, right. Right. Mm, mm,
Mm.
right.
That is
Mm,
amazing because now we get to include them. I felt like
right.
it was more of body shaming, and
Right.
I mean they actually really look good. They actually plus size. You actually work on their
Right.
body. They just plus size, but
It's
they
so
actually
true.
really look amazing. But Emily, let me ask you, why did you actually go into why fashion for you? Why?
Wow. Wow. Mm, yeah. Mm, mm,
Oh,
into
that's
that's gonna
amazing.
happen.
Because in Kenya we have like a lot of them.
We do.
A lot. Like from here I can actually see one from my window, literally. And downstairs there's also one. Like they're all over, and
Right.
it's becoming like and one thing I don't understand is people haven't known that designing is actually
I
a lot of
know.
work.
Here,
They see
yeah.
Mama Shona, we call them Mama Shona. Um they see Mama Shona on the roads, and they don't actually appreciate. They would like,
Yeah.
oh, and people were like, oh, she actually
So,
yeah, sews, and
yeah.
she actually did that design, and they don't actually see the beauty and every style. People
Yeah.
like going to ready-made shops,
Yeah.
and I've seen this a lot of
Yeah.
times. People like, oh, let me go buy this
At the
designer,
store.
let me
Yeah.
go to the store buy this, and I really hate that type because I'm gonna put it on, and the next 2 minutes somebody has the same thing,
It's so
and
true.
it's really
Yeah.
frustrating because I'm like, why would I put and they're expensive. Why would I put a lot of money
Mm,
in something that I'm just gonna work and gonna see somebody do it?
right.
And I have a woman down here who can actually sew
Yeah.
or make that at
Supporting the businesses,
a cheaper price. So in
Yeah.
Kenya, it's kind of different because the ones also who meant put it as cheap
Mm.
is not so much expensive. Right now, it's kind of really not
Yeah.
yeah, but it's
Because
actually
guys
gone
are
hard.
waking up into
Yeah,
like, you know what, redefining their style,
yeah,
redefining what they want to feel like. Because it's another question for Emily, like,
yeah,
because women nowadays, our esteem has really gone down because of a lot of mainstream media. What's
yeah.
showcased, like you should look beautiful when you wear this type of outfit.
Outfit,
You should look
exactly.
like this when you wear this type of outfit. So everybody's redefining their confidence with what is being streamlined online,
Online,
and
exactly.
media is the fastest way to spread news or whatever agenda.
Yeah.
So what do you want women to feel when they wear your outfit? Like, what do you want them to feel about themselves? Mm, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Period. Period.
Mm, yeah. Mm, exactly.
Mm.
I like that. Shimani is excited about that. Life's too short.
I love
Dang.
this conversation. I always say it and every time. I mean, fashion is all about how you feel. It's all about your confidence. Sometimes I might look like really weird for somebody, and somebody who understands that look is gonna say, "Hey, you really look
Right.
beautiful, you really look amazing, and that is just something I really appreciate about fashion. But let me ask you, like, because you said you want people to actually understand or feel some type of way when they put on. If I am your client and I come to you, do you like must you know what I like, or do you, how do you say this is my style, or do you just do it your own way, or do you like ask a client, is this what you want? Because as a designer, for example, if I'm making suits,
Hmm.
probably the people would like consider, hey, you look good in this,
Yeah.
and then somebody will like give an approach, what do you want, what do
Yeah.
you like,
Of
what is your
course.
style? So
Yeah.
how do you approach that kind of situation? Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay.
Right. Mm.
Okay.
I do agree.
Yeah, because I what. Right. Yeah, it's really important.
Right.
But me, if I go to like somebody who does something, I always just tell them, be yourself, look at me
Mm.
and think, how would I look good? And as a client, for me to come to you to actually do something, sew me a cloth, I know you're really good, I followed you up, and I just want you to be yourself when you actually sew, and let me see what you can actually do with me. And that
Mm.
is something I really, really like appreciate much about it. But what is the goal for you in your line, in your, yeah, in your line, like line of work, line of work?
You're like my life. I'm like, oh, that's the day.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Okay. Right.
yeah.
Mhm. Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And also, I'm waiting for my pajamas. She was like really demanding these amazing pajamas. Oh, I didn't send you the measurement. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. I will definitely do that. We can showcase them here in Africa, Kenya.
Yeah, I'd really like to learn. What is
Yeah,
the name of what is the name of your designs? Do you have a name of for it already? Do we call them the Emmy wares? What do we call them?
everywhere.
What do we call them?
Yeah, alrighty. Did you get the name, Shani?
No, I didn't.
You can repeat the name again, please.
Oh,
Needle
okay.
and Thread Sewing Co.
Oh, amazing, amazing. What is like the best thing about being a designer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I know.
invite for me though.
I always say one thing.
Yeah,
I always say, I can take it off. Give me the money.
right away.
Yeah. It's
Alrighty.
it's just amazing to actually have that freedom to actually do what you
I
want,
agree.
wear what you
It's
want
so
as a
true.
designer, and like somebody appreciating, hey,
Yeah,
it looks
your
really
work.
really good,
Yeah,
and start making. Is it monetizing already?
right, right.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course. Mm.
Yeah.
Hey, amazing.
Hey, congratulations in advance. That's
It's a great
amazing.
year. It's a great
Yeah.
time to be alive. We're gonna go on a short break. It is on the Vibe Show here with Iwatan, Shimani, and our beautiful guest Emily Turner, talking about her journey in the fashion line and also her opinions in regards to the Fopi movement. Please, if you have any question for us, please type in on the comment on TikTok Live, on YouTube, and also on StreamYard. We're gonna go on a short break, and then we're gonna get back with more conversation in regards to her fashion line and also in regards to the women empowerment and also how women should basically believe in themselves.
Period.
Yes. That's Arya Star featuring. It's actually Russian Ro Alejandro and Arya Star, and I love the way she's basically like she's like in Africanism. She's
Yeah,
not changing anything, and she's getting
exactly.
all these collaborations.
And it's amazing she's staying original.
Yeah,
It's
she's not changing a
amazing.
thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Emily, have you listened to South African music before? You should. I'm playing one for you. I think you're gonna love it if you basically love dancing. Here we go. Nana, nana, Stanley, nana. We are almost coming back. Everybody joining us live on TikTok. We're gonna play Babylon by Patrick Ranking, and then we're gonna get back with our beautiful guest Emily, all the way from Canada, and have line of fashion that is coming up, and also her opinion in regards to the 4B movement, and also empowering the women in regards to loving themselves in regards to what they're wearing. Jesus. That says Iron Nakamura featuring Ira Star on Hype. I love her. We always just love her style, her
Yeah.
skin, her melanin skin, and her confidence. I don't know, Emily, if you've heard about Ira Star
Or
and
Aya
uh,
Nakamura.
and Iron Nakamura. Not really. I'm gonna be sending you these songs, girl. Right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us here on the Vibe Show on Black Hot Fire Radio Network. On TikTok, please join and invite people to listen into beautiful, amazing, uplifting conversation in regards to who we are as women, women empowerment. We have a beautiful guest on the show, the beautiful Emily Turner, all the way from Canada. She's giving us a view of her of her love and passion in fashion, and also her view in regard to the 4B movement and the way it's basically corrupting a lot of women, mostly African women, and also
Yeah.
we have also the side in which to the reason why it started,
Yeah.
right? So kindly join us and download our app on Google Store and also stream on www.blackhotfirenetwork.com, and we really appreciate. Remember, you are the change you need to see in the world, and we're always here to uplift, empower, and basically be the light. I have a quote, and then it says, "Stop shrinking to fit in places you have outgrown."
Yeah.
It's basically what Asiad was talking about. Stop
Yeah.
shrinking to fit in places you have outgrown. I don't know if you've ever been in such a situation before. We've
Yeah.
talked about it here,
Yeah.
even Emily,
Yeah.
where you outgrown people and places, and then they end up saying that you're changing, but you're
Yeah.
not changing.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally you're not changing, you're just like in a new level. And I believe like if they're your friends, and I was looking at this podcast funnily,
Hmm.
I don't know, but I look at stuff at home and then we come and talk about it. And
Right.
probably you are talking about it from your space,
Okay.
because this is the same thing. On Friday, I was looking at this podcast and hearing this podcast, and this men are like, um, a friend asking you for money, okay? First and foremost, and
Okay.
this was their argument, okay?
Okay.
I'm asking you for money, for example, and then probably I'm asking you for like cheap money, like really really low money, you
Okay.
know. And they were arguing now, what are the consequences
Mm.
for somebody asking you for money as a friend.
Mm.
And this guy were like, okay, you should basically hang out. Now the argument was this: you should basically hang out
Mm.
with the people who you're on the same level with.
Okay.
Okay, I want
Yeah.
to hear you guys' opinion about this. Hang
Yeah.
out with people on the same level,
Yeah.
so that you're not left out. And their explanation was this:
Mm.
so imagine we're in the same space, right? Now,
Okay.
me, I get off first, like I become somebody,
Okay.
or like I make it first,
Successful.
right?
Yeah.
Successful, and then I have friends on the low, right?
Mhm.
But all they do is like ask me for money all the time,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I know we were brothers. Okay, we were boys. It's all good. You're my person.
Right.
But they ask you for money all the time,
Yeah.
and as a good person, I feel like, oh, let me just help.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help you, yes, 1 2 3, but when I get to 5 or 6 times, I feel like it's draining.
Right.
And this is their argument. Actually, kind of makes sense,
Yeah.
because when you hang out with people on the same level,
Mm.
if he asks you for like 100,000, it's gonna come from a space where they can actually give back,
Right.
or create an opportunity
Right.
that will actually
It's like
get
an
you that,
investment.
an
Yeah.
investment, like it's an exchange program.
Mhm.
But if you're with somebody who is like lower than you, even if you're friends, you feel like they'll be like taking that opportunity
Yeah.
and asking all the time,
Mm.
and you're not gonna grow as a person.
Mm.
And I feel bad, because sometimes this is just there's two perspective about it.
Okay.
You wanna build your people up, you want to like grow with the
Yeah.
gang and all that, but again, the gang is actually drowning you and keeping you low.
Yeah.
But there's this person you've actually grown with from childhood, you've known
Mm.
each other, maybe
Yeah.
the path has not actually been so good for him,
Right.
but they're actually working towards the same goal.
Mm.
So where do you stand? Should you like hang out, or should you be like in a place where everybody is same?
Mm.
Or should you be like in a place where, okay, I want to grow with them, I came first,
Mm.
and I want to lift them up?
Mm.
Or should you just cut people off completely because you actually made it before them? Where do you
Right.
stand?
I'll let Emily take this one,
Yeah.
which is our guest, and then I'm gonna go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take advantage.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. It's so true.
So it's the same
Yeah, I
goal.
agree. Like you should always hang around with people who make you better, who
Yeah.
definitely push you to be better. They're always basically the same way with you. You're
Yeah.
always making it better, supporting them. And also you can see someone who's putting in the work and
Yeah.
you can see like it's adding up to something. You can
Yeah.
always support them. I'll we're talking about financial literacy or
Yeah.
discipline. If you know like you're gonna lend money to somebody and you know they're not gonna return,
Yeah.
just give it like I'm just giving
I'm
you.
just
Do
giving you
not
the
expect
money.
it back. And
Exactly.
also, as Emily has said, and also you've said, there are people also who are always going to nag you because they know you're supposed to help them. They have that audacity and
Yeah.
confidence, like you have to help me. Yeah, they're
Obligation.
so like confident about it, like you're supposed to help me, and becomes a reoccurring thing each and every time. And
Yeah.
that's a little bit draining because you're not seeing where the money is going into. It's just for fun,
Yeah.
and they feel like you should help them because maybe at some time also they came through for you and they're
Yeah.
gonna be always be using that situation
Exactly.
to
Nilimsaidia 50 bob.
yeah when they were not doing okay, when they're trying to like go through
I
whatever.
helped her pay fare. I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
that
they'll
was 10
always
years
use
ago.
yeah.
Mm.
So I feel like having boundaries is really important
Yeah.
because you know I have a circle of maybe four important friends,
Yeah.
and you know they're always going to be there for you. It's not really hard to say no
Okay.
because they always come through for you and you
Okay.
always come through for them.
Okay.
But also you can also cut people off.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cutting people off. Yeah, and that is why I'm saying set boundaries.
Yeah.
It's important to move like, and people are supposed to understand if these are your people and they see you moving a certain way, let them know that they've not been left behind. Okay, I'm gonna have you back. Thank you so much. Don't take advantage of me.
Yeah.
But of course, if you see me not hanging out a lot of times, if you see me not being present, you see me hanging out with new people, making new networks, appreciate that for me,
Yeah.
because if you're real friends, I'm gonna pull you up
I
too, and
definitely
that
agree
is
with
just
that.
how it is. It is
Yeah.
no, but don't feel bad about cutting people off.
It's so
If
true.
it's toxic friendship, family,
Mm.
relationship, cut them off. I don't care how you cut them off, but just cut them off at the end of the day. Like, it might hurt.
Pole.
Yeah,
Slowly
it
by
might hurt.
slowly.
But I want us to have this conversation again regarding to the 4B movement.
Okay.
And I was just reading this stuff about, when it all started.
Okay.
Okay, and there's a part that is saying it started or began
Mhm.
in North America, mainly because women were allowed to go to school.
Okay.
All right, and this brings the question: is it
Mhm.
because you have too much knowledge?
Right.
And when you have like a lot of knowledge, you get to question a lot. So
Mhm.
people started questioning about how society works.
Okay.
And all the time we keep questioning a lot of stuff. I believe sometimes knowledge is good, but also it is dangerous. It
Right.
depends with how you're using it. And I believe like so much, too much. I don't believe too much knowledge is really bad.
No.
It just depends on how you actually look at things
Yeah.
from a perspective.
Yeah.
Do you believe like this is also a reason we've been exposed so much,
Mm.
and which I don't think is really bad?
Yeah.
But why are they talking about? Do you believe like it's a factor as to why now women started questioning, oh, why are men doing this? Oh, why can't a woman do this? Oh, what a
Right.
man can do, a woman can do better.
That's something.
Exactly.
So
What is
for
your thought?
me, what I can say about this, I feel like knowledge is very powerful and it's really important.
Yeah.
Right. And we can say back in the days, and also the African culture,
Yeah.
as you said earlier, men are hunters and gatherer, and women are supposed to take care of the household.
Yeah.
And we saw it became like a trend in regards to when men felt threatened in regards to women knowing who they are, going to school, being knowledgeable, understanding. Like they also have like the same mindset in
Yeah.
regards to knowledge.
Yeah.
Some men became threatened by this,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's how maybe not toxic feminism that came up, but the fact that women did not really understand their role.
Mm.
They're powerful women, like
Yeah.
they're lawyers, judges, but when they go to their home, they're
They're women,
wives.
exactly. The wives.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
feel like also some women took this really far
Okay.
in regards to leading, or just how can I put it, controlling the men.
Okay.
And that's not fair, because I feel like also in the home you should also know your place. It doesn't matter if you're a doctor, you're a judge, whoever powerful woman that you are in whatever situation or company or whatever sector that you're in.
Yeah.
The fact that remains your wife,
Yeah.
and the fact will always remain that
You're a woman.
yeah, we're under the man in regards to like not the toxic submission,
Yeah.
just respecting them and appreciating them. And also it's all about understanding who we are in different sectors, and also we need each other.
Okay.
A wife needs a husband, a husband needs a wife.
Okay.
It's all about partnership and basically recreating or creating a community that your kids are going to look up to because they learn from us.
Okay.
That's what I think. I don't know what you think about this, Emily. Mhm. Right. Mm, right. Yes. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Yes. So true. Yeah. 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 Me too.
Oh,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
okay.
I agree. Mm, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's amazing
Yeah.
because men were made to lead.
Of course.
Definitely, men were made to be decision makers.
Mm,
We were made for to support. That's
yeah.
why we are like
Helpers.
supporters.
Yeah.
We are partners, a supportive system. That is our role as women. And
Mm.
talking about that, I just want us to lay down
Mhm.
a few things when from a women's perspective, because we're
Okay.
all women.
Okay.
When we talk about what is the role of a woman,
Mm.
what is really the role of a woman? Let's start from there.
I feel like the role of a woman is to be supportive and to help the man be better in his vision, and also as a vision as a family.
Okay.
Because one thing I've kind of learned in regards to the male friends that I have, the one thing that a man like upholds above anything